For weeks now, all the Cowboys talk has been about this guy, Tony Romo. This is it. No jokes, no battles with the media, no late night hangouts with Justin Bieber, just Johnny Football doing what he does best, play football. And boy, did he do that tonight. This game was almost dramatically different thanks to a fumble that happened right here on the 3-yard line. Mike Jenks' resume speaks for itself. 76 wins, back-to-back state championship appearances, and a National Coach of the Year nomination have put Steel football on the map. In what may have been a retaliation move by head coach Eric Spoelstra, the Heat decided to play tonight's game with their 2 best players on the bench. I know. Some Spurs fans will always see Shaq as the villain. And to those fans, I say this. Let L.A. Shaq be the bad guy. The stage is set, the music is blasting, and the only thing missing is the champ. Though it may look like the Spurs get hot from behind the 3-point line, Coach Pop says what really won the game for them tonight was their tough play right here in the paint. Well, no matter the nickname, the Big Aristotle, Count Chocula, or the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal is one NBA legend who never forgot where he came from. And today, the big fella returned home to have his jersey retired at Cole High School. While he was here, he showed off some of that famous personality.
Can you dig it? From this day on, I would like to be known as the Big Aristotle. These muffins is real good. The 2 big attractions in San Antonio, the Alamo, then me.
Love him or hate him, Shaq has proven he can win the championships, make the All-Star games, and step up in the biggest moments. But even after all that, he says having his Cole High School jersey retired has been his greatest accomplishment.
It's a humbling event. I can remember coming here from West Germany, being a scrawny kid, seeing a lot of greatness around me, having dreams.
Growing up, no dream was out of reach for the 7-footer, due in part to his strong military background.
It all started here in this Army base in a 3-bedroom house with 2 sisters and 1 brother and my mother and father, but you know, the military base kept me in line.
That Army discipline helped the Big Shaq Diesel reach his goals.
As I was telling the kids here, dreams can't come true. I used to just sit and say, you know, I want to be the best big man in San Antonio. Then they brought in Mr. Robinson, so that made me the second best.
Second best wasn't good enough for long. It was only a matter of time before Shaq tried to top Robinson as the city's best big man.
When you're a young kid, you don't really have an identity, so you want to just try to, you know, snatch up all the knowledge you can. I can remember first seeing him on TV, and then my father came in and said, "You should see this kid from the Air Force," and it was David Robinson. He ran the floor, and if you remember, you know, the live play I always did, I got that from him.
Sampling Robinson's game paid off. The 2 big men's battles created an old-school rival, but the hype was all made up.
A lot of people ask me, did I hate him? No, I just had to create stories in my head to make me hate him. Like, I finally told a story about him not giving me autograph. That wasn't true. When I met him, he was just nice. But in every karate movie, in every movies you see, at some point, the student has to take out the teacher. When I came to San Antonio, I played with a lot of ferocity. The fans hated me, Popovich hated me, Duncan hated me, but that's just the way it had to be because I wanted his spot.
But through all the ups and downs, Shaq realizes he could not have gotten to where he is without the Alamo City and Cole High School.
The Shaq character was created here.
Well, secret is me blocking shots and getting rebounds. I get my degree in college. I want to make about $6.2 million a year.
There was a time where I thought I was a little bit arrogant. The school and the posts let me know that, hey, you didn't do it by yourself. So it taught me to be humble, taught me to remain humble.
It also taught him how to sing loud and sing proud.
Go, oh, to thee, colors green and gold. To you we pledge our loyalty, honor to uphold. Thank you very much.
I know. Some Spurs fans will always see Shaq as the villain. And to those fans, I say this. Let L.A. Shaq be the bad guy. But San Antonio Shaq and his interesting singing voice, they should always be welcome in the Alamo City.
They bought in. They've protected each other. They've had each other's back. and that's been really a good thing.
After a hot fall camp, UTSA's players and coaches are more than ready to hit someone else.
It's here now, you know, I'm really excited. Everyone, you can just feel it kind of buzz around the city.
And all that buzz has to do with UTSA making the jump to Division I this fall. Despite the increased competition, the goal remains the same.
We go out and expect every game to win. You know, there isn't a game we look on that schedule and say, no, we can't beat those guys. We're going to go out there and we're going to play our butts off and try to win every game this season.
And Coach Coker believes success this season starts with one simple phrase.
Our motto is win today, and you know, so we're not going to win the game on Saturday. If we win the game, it's today and tomorrow and these days leading up to Saturday. And then on game day, hey, come out and fly around and have fun.
Speaking of having fun, Adidas must have had some fun creating the new gloves and logo for UTSA's D1 debut.
You know, you got to love it, especially with the come and take it, you know. We're kind of telling people, let's go. You know, we're not backing down to anybody, especially coming into our house and wherever we go, you know, come and take it.
New gloves and helmets are fun, but they provide little help for a team many say will be outmatched. Instead, the Roadrunners look to their critics for motivation.
You just got to remember that everyone picked us to be the underdog, you know, and so that kind of keeps you level-headed. You know, no one picked us to win any of these games. You know, you got to stay focused, you know, so that we can go out there and prove everyone wrong.
Go! Though they may be newcomers to big-time football, linebacker Stephen Kerfis already has a clear message for anyone entering the Alamo Dome.
We may be the underdogs and all, but we're in our house, and you know, you got to come and take it from us. We're not going to back down to anybody.
Yeah.
We'll be chilling right next to you.
Right.
I ain't jumping off the
I'm
plane.
contractually obligated. I can't actually skydive, so
I'm just
that's what. No.
naturally scared.
Right.
Is what
Yeah.
I am.
Right.
Unicorn.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Unicorn. Free throw line.
Shaq Daddy.
There we go. All-star.
Kevin Love.
All right.
How about this? Vampires get a chance to bite hot women in the neck.
Okay.
Zombies can't speak.
Oh, that's true. So if I
Don't think about it.
don't think
Second
about
you think about you missing, it's done.
you see a confidence?
Yes.
I'm gonna sink it.
A little bit short, a little bit left. You know what? I think no, it's the suit. It's the suit.
And I've been doing curls.
I've been better in a game situation, I feel, than I have in practice.
This is what he asked for, a game-like situation. So how did Johnny Football respond in his first preseason action? This is it. No jokes, no battles with the media, no late-night hangouts with Justin Bieber, just Johnny Football doing what he does best, play football. And boy, did he do that tonight. Manziel found himself patrolling the sidelines for the majority of the first half, but when he did get opportunities, he made them count. Manziel's first NFL snap, it's going to be a quick out that was caught by Anthony Armstrong along the sidelines. Then early third quarter, Manziel shows off some of that athleticism that he's known for as he tucks the ball and runs for a 16-yard gain. Then a little later, Manziel, he's at it again, this time through the air. He shows off some of that great accuracy and connects for a 14-yard gain. And then, 4th and 1, when it matters most, what do the Browns do? They give it to Johnny Football, of course. He evades tackles and rips off one of the most exhausting one-yard runs I've ever seen, but he picks up the first down in the process. Manziel finished with 90 total yards in a losing effort as the Browns fall 12-13. Now, in other preseason action, Coach O'Brien and the Texans, they took on the Cardinals tonight, and this isn't how you want to start the game. Carson Palmer finds Larry Fitzgerald in the end zone early in the first quarter, and that score put the Cardinals up 7-0. But could that guy, Ryan Fitzpatrick, come in and show Texans fans why he's here? Probably not early. This pass is going to bounce around in the air a little bit until it's picked off by Arizona's Antonio Cromartie. The Cards would tack on a field goal following that turnover. The Texans, they just had a rough start to this game, and honestly, things didn't get that much better. Let's check in now to see how they're doing. Looks like the Cardinals are still in control of this one. It is now 23-0 in the fourth. Now, the Cowboys, they didn't have a game today, but their fans cannot wait until it's time for the boys to take the field again so they can finally forget about that preseason opener. It's been 3 days since the Cowboys lost to the Chargers, but fans and players are both still obsessing over what could have been. especially with an offense that showed so much potential.
You can tell as well as I can tell we're moving down the field, which is a good thing, and then we got stopped, so that's a bad thing. So good and bad, there's things we need to improve on, and we're going to have to go back to work and fix it.
The Cowboys will have 1 week from today to fix those issues as they take on the Ravens next Saturday. And we go from the pro game to the college fields. The Longhorns' motto this season, it might as well be one word: new. They opened practice with a new head coach who brought in new expectations, and now they hope to see new results. Charlie Strong has already established himself as a disciplinarian. Now the first-year Texas coach is asking his players to step up their expectations for each other and become better leaders.
You know exactly what we expect from you. So now I'd like to see you expect that from yourself and from your teammates. So it's not so, and as a coaching staff, yeah, it's our responsibility to drive them, but some of them need to step up and say, you know what, guys, it's time for us to start going to work.
Another round of the PGA Championship was played today, and once again, weather was an issue. We'll pick things up with Rory McIlroy, who actually struggled a little bit today. Rory had a lackluster tee shot on the 4th hole that actually ends up in these trees to his left. But then check this out. Jason Day, who came into the round in 2nd place, had a shot get away from him on the 2nd hole, and then instead of just taking a drop, he wades across the creek and has his caddy toss him a pitching wedge. Whatever it takes, I guess. Wow. Now, Rory, he's got to have some better luck on the 6th hole, right? This putt goes all the way to the edge, but then stops. He would later birdie that hole. Now, the best shot of the day comes from Bernd Weisberger on his approach at 17. Check out how close that ball gets. My goodness, is right, but everybody is still chasing that guy on the screen, Rory McIlroy. And the scary thing about that, he says by his standards, today was an off day.
The last 2 days, it hasn't been quite as good as, you know, I can be. And, you know, if everything does click tomorrow, then obviously I feel like there's a very low score in me. But, you know, I'll take sort of scrapping it around in 67 if it puts me in this position again.
Scrapping around, huh? All right. Well, if Rory finishes things off in 1st place tomorrow, he'll become only the 4th golfer to ever win the Open Championship and the PGA Championship in the same season. Going into the final round, the leaderboard looks like this. Rory is in a familiar place. That's 1st place. Right at the top of the list, Bernd Weisberger climbed all the way from 7th up to number 2 today. Americans Ricky Fowler and Phil Mickelson are right behind him. And down a little ways is San Antonio native Jimmy Walker, who finished the round at 5 under. And ladies, if what he said about today not being his best round possible is true,
yeah.
This guy is scary. He's scary and he's
Every
young.
golfer out there is going, are you kidding me?
Right?
I liked the tree shot, though. That's where my ball would end up, in the trees.
and if Rory hits his in the trees, that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Right, right. Then I can do it. I can get out there. Yeah. All right, thanks, Jeff. We'll be right back.